and Nasir. So what you need to do is, first thing, okay, please, okay, Joe, whatever I am saying now, please keep it, as it is recording as well. So whenever you want to start the data stage, the first and foremost thing what you need to do is click on the Windows and type services, okay, and when you type services, this item will come, and when you click on this, so one window has opened, right? So once one window got opened, click on the name and press I. Okay, now if you see here IBM, okay, IBM Infosphere metadata integrations. Now here if you see IBM WebSphere application server. Now this is the one, okay, IBM WebSphere application server. This is the one which you need to start the service. As I have already started, so here it is, the status is started. Okay, but in your case it should be start only. Okay, now you have to start it. Okay, so once you start, then wait for 15 to 20 minutes at least. Okay, at least you need to wait for 15 to 20 minutes, because as a server and the client connection needs to be established.
Okay.
Okay, so the services, all the services will take at least from 10 to 15 minutes time to start. So once after you wait for 15 to 20 minutes, then what you need to do is, now this is the designer client, now this is the director client, this is the administration client. So these three clients will be available on your desktop. Okay, now double click on this. So once you double click, it will be asking you the username and the password, and the password is the same, RAVANA, Ravana, and the project will always be this Ravana project only. Okay, now click on the login.
The password is all small letters?
Yeah, all small letters. I have written on the chat. Okay, so
Okay.
you might have got on the chat box. So that is RAVA. So now like this, the window will open. Now once it got open, just cancel this. Okay, so once, see here, the palette is on the right side and all this stuff, it all come automatically. But if you want to drag, you can drag this palette and you can keep it anywhere. It's purely up to your design, whatever you want, you can do it. A palette is at the bottom.
That was I was asking you, sir. The palette was shown on
Right,
the right.
right. Okay, now if you don't see the palette, okay, if you don't see the palette, now you can click on the view and you can see this palette checkbox is, now see the palette is not able to see, right? You are not able to see. Why? Because the palette is not ticked off. Okay, now if you don't able to see the repository, nothing you are able to see, that means that you have clicked unchecked something. Okay, now you checked repository unchecked also. Now click on the repository, you will get it. Now you go back and you click on the palette, you will get the palette. Now if you want to start any parallel job or something, there will be a jobs folder. Under this jobs folder, right click and new parallel job and start practicing whatever the way you want. Okay, that's the data stage. Okay, now you know where the palette and how to drag and all. So here the import, table definition, orchestrated schema definitions. By using this, you can get the definitions from the database. Okay, now that's the first thing. Second thing, how to connect to the database and how would you know what is the username, what is the password and what is the server, right? So the thing which you need to do here is, so go to the Windows, local disk C, and if you observe, either you might have Oracle like this installed, Oracle folder. Okay, go to the product 10.2.0 db_1. So what you need to search for is network admin. These are the two folders which you need to search, the last two. Okay, so because these are the folders where you will be having this file name, and you can search for this also. If you don't find the path, you can search for those path and this file name, TNS names. Okay, because this is common, network admin TNS names is common for everyone, and this before this path might be changing based on your system to system. Okay, everything I have written in the chat box. Now once you got the TNS names, open with the notepad, and if you observe here, so this is the TNS names entries for your server. So what you observe here? The service name is Oracle. Okay, so the host name, whatever you need to give the host name, which you need to have the server name, so that is nothing but the Oracle. So the port is 1521. Okay, and the host, you can see here some name is there. So you can use this name, or you can also use local host. Local host, because you are working on the own machine. The server and the clients are all are on the single machine, right? So that's the reason you can give the host as local host. Okay, now this is the file which you need to look for to identify what is the service name which you have. Okay, generally it will be Oracle itself, but you can just check it out, cross verify. Now once you're done with this, now how to connect to the SQL, right? So here if you observe in the all programs, there will be a Oracle folder. Okay, now under this application development, there will be something like SQL plus. Okay, now this SQL plus is of 9i. Okay, before 9i and all the stuff after 9i. So see, this is one of the window like this. Now if you just give Scott, password is tiger, and press OK, so it is connecting. But this is something which very irritating, because if I return something like this, suppose if I return select star from EMPP. Okay, now instead of from I have written FRM. Okay, now I cannot go cursor. I have to delete backspace and then I come back and I have to write. So it's very irritating to write down the SQLs and all this stuff. Right? You can't edit very easily. If you want to edit, you have to do a lot of things. So it's not user friendly. The UI is not user friendly. But how to do that? Then how to practice SQL, right? So what you need to do is in this particular VM, okay, in this particular VM, just check. Okay, you might have got. Okay, just check whether you have internet connection over there. Okay, is that VM is having internet? I mean, can you go to the Chrome and you can do the downloads or stuff like that? Okay, enable the Wi-Fi drivers. Okay, and do the stuff, or else just check how to pass the content from local machine to the VM. I believe that you can keep some folder, and from that folder you can access from the VM. Okay, just Google it out. I mean, it's very easy stuff. Just check how to pass the data from the local machine to the VMware. Okay, so just try those stuff, and what you do is on your local machine, go to Google, okay, and type SQL developer. So like this, SQL developer download with JDK. I think Nasir, you might have this particular link, right? Do you have that link? Because we have done the download on your system. So like this, for Windows, no need of Windows, with JDK. Just type with JDK. So once you down see, this one, it has come, the first link. So click on that. Now if you observe, so this is the one. Windows 64-bit with JDK 8 included. Now this one you need to download. So I am copying this path and pasting over the chat. Okay, please keep it with you. If your VM is able to access the internet, copy this, download it. Okay, so first you need to accept the license agreement. So once you accept, when you click on the download, it will ask you for the sign in. So you register yourself, and then automatically it will download. Once the download is done, okay, so like this you will get a zip file. Okay, you extract the zip file. Where is that SQL? Yeah, see. So like this, one zip file will come. First of all, one zip file will come. So you extract the zip and this folder will come. So once you double click on this folder, go to the folder. Now once you see, these are the items which will be available on your screen also, on your folder also. Now if you see this button, SQL developer button. Now right click and pin to the taskbar or start menu. I have already pinned, so that's why it is coming unpinned. So if you don't pin, then pin to start menu also it will be there. So pin it, then double click on this. So when you double click, see, all of you have to do today itself, because from tomorrow onwards SQL classes will start, and you don't come back and say that I haven't practiced or I haven't done the stuff and all those things. For Unix you don't need to do any installations, that's fine, but for Windows, I mean for SQL, please, you have already SQL, okay, but only thing is the convenient way of writing down the queries and all those stuff you need to do. So once you're done, so you will be having the connections and like this, no this particular things, okay. So only like this the window will be there. So click on the green thing, so just click on it. So everything is fresh. Now you can see everything is fresh. So what you need to do is give some connection name on your name, saying that Nasir DB, whatever the stuff you want, okay. Then give the username and password as Scott and Tiger, and click this save password, Scott Tiger. Now come to the host name. As I said, give it as a local host. Port is 1521 as you observed in the TNS names file. Now coming to the service name, what is the service name? It's Oracle. Just give it and test it. So when it says the status is success, save and then connect. So once you connect, then you are done. You can start executing the things. You can start executing whatever the way you want. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
So please, once the class is done, you go and download the stuff and Google it out how to, I mean, we can just try to, I will try it out.
Did you send us the link, sir?
Yeah, it's in the chat box.
Okay.
Just check it out. Do you got it or not? So see,
Did you send it today?
how
Or?
do you, sir, it is in the chat. So in the machine,
Oh.
whatever you are seeing,
Okay,
are you able to see the chat? Right? So see how to share your computer files with virtual machine, use drag and drop. I mean, try different things, okay? It will work.
Okay.
Okay? So just I'm typing this one as well. Just try different things. It will work. So just some Google part of thing which you need to do. So once you copy this SQL developer from your local machine to the Windows, I mean to your VMware, then it's very simple. Just open it and connect it. And if your VM is able to access the internet, then it's pretty much clear. Just download there itself. I extract the zip file, and once you extract, the folder will be, you will be able to see the folder like this, and inside that one more folder, and inside that like this all the files. So this is the application which you are able to see. Then double click on this, then go to this green button and provide the connection details, and then connect it.
Okay.
So before you do anything, see the recording. We have already started the recording and it's all recorded. Go through the recording step by step, do it.
Okay.
Don't just ping me, sir, it is not able to connect, I am not able to connect and all those stuff. Because it's pretty much easy. And if you see the recording, it will be very much clear.
Right. I did connect it last night when we finished downloading. I was checking it's connecting with the internet, the virtual machine I'm talking about. It was. I mean, I opened the MSN page and so.
Cool. So you can download there itself and you can do that.
I believe so because the connection was there, so I'm pretty sure.
Cool. Okay, and before that, before you download, please check whether your VM is holding the SQL developer or not. Okay. So how to do that check? So in the search itself, just type SQL developer. Okay. So just type like this in the search. Okay, Windows, click on the Windows, here the search, SQL developer. Okay, so see this particular thing is coming or not. If it is already there, then no need to develop and all this stuff. I mean, no need to
Oh,
download and all those stuff.
okay, okay, I see, I see.
Clear, Nasim, Nasir?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes.
Cool. So you can do the stuff and you can practice the SQL and you can practice the Datastage as well. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So last class we have discussed about creation of the files, right?
Yes.
Now, so we have created some files here, as you know. So we have created the April file and we have created the file 1. So now how to read this particular file? Okay? How do you want to read this particular file1.txt? So come over here, jobs, go to the April underscore 2016, go to the new parallel job. Okay, so open it. So once the parallel job has come, now you want the palette. Now palette is already there. Go to the file. So it will be in the file stage. So come down. So the sequential file stage is the one which is going to read the sequential file. Okay. Mummy, so this is the sequential file. Okay. Now just drag it first. Now double click. So what is the file name you want to access? So that is the path. Copy this path. Copy this path and file1.txt. Paste it slash file1.txt. And you need to keep the read method as specific file itself. Okay? So give the file name and you need to keep the read method as specific file. Now, does this file having header?
I'm sorry, what did you say, sir?
Does this file is holding an header?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yes?
I think
If
so.
you
Last
see,
time,
you have a header,
yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you have a file with a header, okay, now do you want to skip that header while reading the data or you want to read the data along with the header?
Along with the header.
Along with the header, but the header is not that part of the data, right?
Yes, oh yeah.
What I'm trying to tell you is you have data and you have header, okay, but when you read it, you read only the data, not the header, right? Header is only for just for an indication.
Uh-huh.
So when you read it as a data only. You don't read the header.
Okay.
You got my point?
Mm-hmm.
So when you want to read the data and you want to say the first line is a header, then you need to tell that the first line is column names. Then make it as a true. Then the first line will be considered as an header, and from the second record onwards, it will take it as a data.
Okay.
If you don't mention it as a true, then the first line also considered as a data, and if you give everything, every field as a varchar, then there will be no issues. The first line will also be read. Okay, let me show you. Yeah, I have given the first line is column names false. Okay, now I want to give the columns also, right?
Yes.
Because after the properties format, okay, what is the format? What is the delimiter I need to use? Just go to the file and see what is the delimiter. What is the delimiter? It's pipe.
Okay.
I have said you many times. Each field is separated with pipe. So you can see here. Pipe is the one which is delimited, which is separated. So the delimiter is pipe. So instead of comma, what you need to do is come over here and press pipe. Do you have any quotes, double quotes? Nothing. So that is not required. Just right click and remove it. Clear?
Sir, can we do it one more time? It's fast. It's a little fast for me. Sorry about that.
Okay. So the file 1 is having a separator pipe.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I did, click on this delimiter, and here once you come and you need to press pipe.
Okay.
You already have one more thing is quote is equal to double. So if you see here, quote, this one is there. Okay. So click on this field defaults. Okay. Now once you click on this, here if you see the down, available properties to add. Okay. There was quote. So like this you have earlier. Okay. So do you have any quotes, double quotes?
No.
Do you have any double quotes enclosed for the data? No.
No.
So what you need to do is click on this, right click and remove. So that's all I did.
Okay.
Now once it's done, come to the columns. So what are the columns you have? You have employee number, e-name, job, manager. Right? So these are the columns. Now I am writing it down. Employee number, e-name, job, manager. Okay. So I'm giving everything is varchar, varchar, varchar. Okay. Now once if I give everything as varchar, what does it mean? It means that the varchar can occupy any kind of data. Either it might be the numbers or it might be the string. Everything it will be accepted. Right or wrong? So varchar is a data type which accepts everything.
Okay.
Okay. It accepts strings, it accepts numbers, it accepts dates, all kind of data can be accepted by the data type varchar.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I give only number, then it will accept only number. If I give only date, it will accept only date. But if I am giving data type as varchar, then it will accept all kind of data. Okay. So I have given varchar. Now I haven't given the first line as a column names. So then what will happen is when I read the data, now if you observe, so I just clicked view data here. Okay. So I just want to see whether the file is able to read. Now if you see EMP number, e-name, job, manager also read as a data. But is this really a data?
No, that's the heading.
This is the header. Header nothing but the column names. I think somewhere some confusion is happening. Nasim,
No.
are you really understanding? So if
Yes.
you
Yes.
see from here, this is the data which is present in the table. But if you see here, this is something header, but which is come as part of the data, right?
Yes, sir.
But is this correct? Mummy, rendu తీసుకెళ్ళిపోండి.
No, it's not correct.
Okay. Is that clear?
Yes.
So as this is not part of the data, but it has come as part of the data, because you haven't mentioned anywhere that to ignore the first record, as it is a columns, you haven't mentioned anywhere to ignore the data. So what you need to do is now just click this first line is column names and make it as a true, then you click on the view data and press OK. Now you can see the first line will not come. From the second record onwards it will read the data. Clear?
Okay.
So that's the most important thing which you need to take care. If the file is having a header, and you need to make sure mention the first line is column names true. Okay. And if the file is having a header and if you don't mention it, then and you mention all the columns as varchar, if you mention all the columns as varchar, then the header will also be read as part of the data. Clear?
Yes.
Now, if I give original data type, so employee number is integer. So manager is also having integer. So if I give original data type, okay, so this is string, so I can give varchar. This is number, I can give integer. If I give original data type, okay, and then if I want to read the data without providing this file name is column names, so I don't provide whether there is a header or not. Okay, I haven't mentioned anywhere, and I'm trying to read the data with the original data types. Okay, providing integer and all those stuff. So what will happen? Let's see. So it ignores the header.
Okay.
You can observe as it ignored the header automatically. Okay, but when you execute it, it will throw you some warnings. Okay, because you are trying to, one record will get rejected, right or wrong?
Yes.
Now here one record is getting rejected. What is that record? That record is the header record which is getting rejected. Why? Because
Yes.
you are reading the header also as a part of data, but the original data types will not accept the data because EMP number you have given it as an integer, but EMP number you are getting the character value.
Yeah.
Right? So for an integer you cannot insert character value, so that's the reason it is rejecting.
Yes.
So that kind of warning it will come when you execute it. So to avoid those warnings and all the stuff, you need to click first line is column names true whenever you have a header.
Okay.
Clear or not now?
Yes.
Okay. So now you can just press OK. Now the file data can be read, and if you want to dump it into some other file, you can just drag and you can keep it. Now if you want to view the data whether you are getting, so you can just click on the view link data, and it will ask you how many rows to display. You can just give 100 the default, or you can give more than that, then it will just read the sequential file data. Just see. Can you see? And you are able to view the data. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before you keep this column true, what you need to do is first you need to go and see whether the file is holding the header or not.
Okay.
And before you keep the format delimiter is equal to pipe, in the format tab delimiter is equal to pipe. Okay. So you need to see what is the delimiter which is getting separated.
Okay.
Okay. And before you remove the quote is equal to double, there will be something like quote is equal to double. Before you remove, you need to see whether the values are enclosed with quotes or not. If it is not, then remove that. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And coming to the columns, you can view the data and you can see the header and you can write down the columns.
Okay.
But as it is number 4, only 4 columns, you have written it manually. But if there are 100 columns,
Yes.
so how would you do that?
You have to import it right now.
Huh? No, see, here there are 4 columns, but you need to provide the column names also, right?
Yes, yes.
This one you have to give. This is a mandatory.
Uh-huh.
So how would you give the column names if there are 100?
Runtime column propagation.
No, don't ever come with runtime column propagation. Runtime column propagation concept is totally different. Okay.
We have to import
So now,
it.
exactly, absolutely perfect. So where you have created the flat file? So you have created the flat file at some place, right? So here you have created the flat file. Okay. Just save this definition.
Okay.
So this is the target flat file. Now save this definition. So how to save it? You can click on the save it. Once you save, it will be saved somewhere. Now go back to here. So like how you did for the data set. Okay. And come back to the columns and click on the load, and then you load the data, data definition. Clear?
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how you need to read the sequential file. Okay. So just I have given you, I mean, how to read the data from the sequential file, but there are a lot of things to be explained on the sequential file that I will explain you once the Unix class is done. Okay. So there are a lot of things which we need to discuss on the sequential file stage as a source. So that we'll discuss once the SQL Unix classes are done. Okay. So I'm wrapping it up here because I want you people to practice a lot. Okay. Because you people haven't practiced much so far. So many classes are done, but I don't think you people practiced. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you people have to practice, and then only we can move forward so that we all will be in the sync. So if I am saying something, it's not something that it is new to I mean which is new again. So you should be aware of those particular stuff. Okay. Now coming to from tomorrow's class. Okay. From Tuesday to till Saturday. Okay. Sunday there will be no class. From Tuesday to Saturday, the class timings would be 8 o'clock, 1 hour ahead, only for these 5 days.
Only for this week or just for
Yeah,
Friday?
only for this week, only for this 5 days. That is Tuesday to Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay. So the timings would be 8 to 9.
Okay.
Okay. Please cooperate because that's the time where the SQL and Unix trainer is available. Okay. So 8 to 9 a.m. Okay. So
All
from
right.
tomorrow onwards, he will be. I mean, you can use the same link. Don't change the link. The link will be the same meeting link. Okay.
Okay.
So you can practice it. You can
All right.
start SQL. Okay.
Mhm.
And please ask whatever the doubts you have, and please ping me if you have any concerns. Okay.
All right.
And please complete the SQL and Unix within these 5 days. Then we can move smoothly on the data stage. Okay.
All right. Sir, once you disconnect this, you send me all these links, it'll go disappear or?
No, it will be present in your chat,
Okay.
or else the recording is done. You can
Okay.
view in the recording. So I enlarged the chat box. Okay. So
Okay.
it will be present in the recording. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay then.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.